What's that word?
Yes, we need more. You must.
Bruce Drop 'Em Off is the corniest streamer ever, and I say this because this guy desperately
I ain't gonna say corniest, but like, let's see what he talking about, man. Let's see what you talking about.
needs to heal. It feels like the past just keeps haunting him. Despite it being the great era of 2026, the past still comes back to torment this guy. It's like the past has attached strings to his back and it makes him dance every single time he goes on stream. And I say it because it feels like Bruce Drop 'Em Off is nothing more than a vessel of negativity these days. And I know that I critique streamers a lot, yada yada, but in terms of Bruce, this man is 25 years old, still clinging on to the fact that he got a mini black ball. And in retrospect, ultimately this black ball really didn't amount to much because Bruce is still making tons of money, he's still wildly successful, and in the great era of 2026, he even has communications with some of the people that didn't talk to him. And another layer to this is that Bruce isn't even that cool of a guy himself. He's still very much a weird streamer. So for him to hold all of this vitriol and for him to be such a rude person after all this time really doesn't make sense to me. And I know I've praised Bruce in the past, but I have a reasoning for this stance, so if you're curious for this tea, you might as well come and tap in. Comment for the algorithm. Okay, so before I even elaborate on why I feel like Bruce Drop 'Em Off is a pretty weird dude now, I thought I should just start at the beginning. Bruce Drop 'Em Off has, for some reason, really leaned into this cartoonishly weird and obnoxious villain role. Whenever there's a situation or a controversy, it's like Bruce positions himself as the contrarian or the villain, or just someone who just makes corny and obnoxious low-hanging fruit type of jokes. The most recent streamer drama was the fact that OJ Suave wanted to violate Plaqueboy Max for being himself. And Bruce Drop 'Em Off decided to join in and make a couple jokes, which I just personally found to be low-hanging fruit.
School though, bro, everybody know you don't bully the
called that nigga
semi-gay nigga at school who we all know really ain't gay because he good at sports. You don't do that, bro, at school, gang. Like, this is just, you supposed to do this shit in private, bro. Like, just asking, like, damn, bro, you really gay for real? That's all you had to say. Like, that's it. Like, if I ran into Max for real, I'd be like, bro, you really like, you like niggas, bro? I can't be homophobic, bro. I dapped up Frank Ocean, gang. I can't, bro. Like, just, because I ain't gonna lie, bro. After I seen this nigga posting a wig, I can't sit here and act like I ain't unfollow him on Instagram. I'm like, what the hell? When did I follow a trend?
See, you doing too much.
Yo, go to him, Uter, bro. Chill, bro. You better get me in my bag.
I'm gonna preface this by saying I'm not the wokest person ever, so if Bruce made a funny joke, I would have laughed at it. But this wasn't a funny joke. He's basically saying, you're a little zesty, you're a little gay, haha. And then at the end, he sneaks in a joke about him being potentially transgender. What is the...
Is this nigga gay who making the video? I mean, ain't no wrong with it, but, you know, it's a little lisp in that motherfucker. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Punchline. And it's really low-hanging fruit because Bruce loves to cry about how he was the topic of conversation even when he was gone. He cried about how people treated him. He cried about being blackballed. He cried about being mistreated.
Like
and the whole situation with Plaqueboy Max was the fact that he was getting violated and harassed and critiqued for being himself. How are you gonna make a joke at someone's expense, mistreat them, and then cry in a call with another man about how other people mistreated you? Make it make sense. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I don't even really think it's that funny of a joke. I just think it's weird to joke about how Max needs to do this stuff in private and keep it on the low when the whole purpose of Max doing these things in front of the camera and being himself in front of the camera is to show people that it's okay to exist as you are. Max said it himself, he's pushing the one love agenda. He's trying to show people that you can accept others for their differences, and this man's making a joke about how he needs to keep it on the low. Overall, this is just dickhead shit, and even though I used to defend Bruce often in the past when he was exposing streamers for being fake, I can't help but think that it makes sense why niggas didn't want to talk to him anymore, because he's clearly a little bipolar and just a little rude. But I don't want to speak too much on this because I want to let y'all see what Silky had to say about this clip. I'm low-key pump faking because Max actually had a clip reacting to this, but I want to show y'all because Max didn't even say anything. He just clicked off.
I can't be homophobic, bro. I dapped up Frank Ocean, gang. I can't, bro. Like, just, because I ain't gonna lie, bro. After I seen this nigga posting a wig, I can't sit here and act like I ain't unfollow him on Instagram. I'm like, what the hell? When did I follow a trend? Oh, yo, go to him, Uter, bro. Chill, bro. You better get me in my bag. You better get me in my bag, gang. Yo.
I felt like chill. Yo, Nor,
And I'm showing y'all this because this is basically the average response when someone says something that's just really weird and awkward and nobody has anything they have to say. And y'all know exactly what I'm talking about when you're in a group setting and someone says something that's kind of weird and kind of corny, but you just have nothing to say. And everyone just kind of gets all quiet and then you move on from the conversation. Bruce has become that person that says things that nobody actually wants to engage with because he's just overly negative. And I think to a degree, Bruce is very jaded in the streamer space. And before I even sat down and made this video, I wanted to actually compare myself to Bruce because I felt like a content creator did me dirty and
I see what this nigga doing here. This nigga trying to put himself in this shit. We ain't here for this shit, man. We ain't come for that shit, boy.
I stood my ground on it. But the difference between me and Bruce is that I was 17 when the guy who claims to protect kids harassed me, and Bruce was a grown man when he was pillow talking his friends. And that's when I realized I just can't defend Bruce anymore. And I'm not trying to dismiss the things that happened to him, but you gotta actually think about it like this. If you feel like people are being fake, why are you pillow talking on the internet to a bunch of internet people that you don't know personally in a Twitter DM? When people are being weird to me, I cut them off. I stop talking to them, and I've been doing this since I was a child. Furthermore, I'm not masquerading as an internet streaming villain who is overly negative and has nothing positive to say ever. I know that sounds rich coming from me, but Bruce is using the most low-hanging fruit ever to make a joke at the expense of someone who's been getting critiqued and harassed online for being himself. Max was literally called a demon and told his parents are worried about him or some crazy stuff. Another grown man tried to tell Max about how his parents felt about him, and Bruce is reducing all of this to a joke just for internet laughs from his community. A bunch of faceless kids on the internet. That's some dickhead shit. I'm a little bit of a dickhead myself, and I can tell you that that's some dickhead stuff, bro. This dude's 25, still holding on to a time in the internet where he was pillow talking and people stopped talking to him because of it. And I hate to say it, bro, but the more clips you see of Bruce, it just shows you why people didn't want to talk to him. It's like he's bipolar and he has these very abrupt switches in his personality.
That's dick rod. I gotta call that out. That's dick rodding, bro. Bruce, you done got up. You didn't say God. Yeah, dick rodders. Bruce, you done got up and clapped your ass. Bruce, you done got up, looked back, and threw your shit back. Bruce, you literally have moaned on the mic multiple times, gang. Bruce, you talk about the wig. One of your main mans is Ian Connor. What are you talking about, gang? That's probably one of the worst of the worst. He had a wig on, I'm pretty sure, allegedly.
And Silky said it best. This is just flat out dick riding. Now granted, I don't know about any of the overly gay stuff he was talking about in this clip. This dude, Jerry Woo, is talking about Silky getting up and clapping his cheeks. I'm not tapped in.
That nigga damn near 35. Continue.
To any of them gay politics. If you're tapped in, you can let me know if that's true. But I'm really showing y'all this clip because Bruce just has so many other things to worry about, like that Ian Connor association. Silky only brought him up because he claims that Ian Connor was wearing a wig, but that's not even the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is that you care more about this guy wearing a wig than the fact that your mans is a
Why y'all acting like this new information? Ian been raping.
wearing a wig and the fact that your mans is a
Ian been raping bitches. Like, this is something y'all just now. Y'all just now on. Like, is it a new allegation? I gotta do some research. I gotta do some research on some little shit, man. I feel like I gotta do a little bit of research because I'm lost to this shit, man. I got a job. I got hustles, you know, I got ways I'm getting to this chicken folks. So my time ain't pertained on this internet shit. I gotta do a little research.
We are picking up a very crazy art piece, a legendary art piece at that, from a legendary, person that I looked up to growing up as a kid. This is how I got inspired to drip, So, yeah, man. I'm gonna take y'all with me on the process.
Goddamn. Come on, here, I'm not gonna let you just come on. It's so boring.
Legendary goddamn clock. This is crazy, twin.
And I just had to have the receipts because this is Bruce glazing Ian Connor and glazing how he grew up, idolizing him, and how Ian Connor is the reason he got into swag, yada yada. But I bring it up to say Bruce is no better than the streamers that he be having all this beef with. He's no better than the people he feels so jaded by. Let's just start with this Ian Connor stuff because I did a little bit of research in preparation for this video, especially because people love to act like there's no proof on the Ian Connor stuff. They always say they can't find anything. They always say that they can't can't find any credible allegations or any credible accusations. And unfortunately, a lot of this stuff has been lost to the winds of time, or at least I thought, because I found an article that basically explains how Ian Connor got away with getting so many rape allegations, because it was like an Epstein-style underground cover-up. And then on top of that, within this article, it's linking some of these stories of the women who claim that Ian Connor raped them. And Ian Connor's method of doing so would be to hit them up on social media and eventually get them back to his house or their house where he could proceed to do the assault. And the two testimonies that I read, the stories were eerily similar. It was Ian Connor allegedly taking advantage of someone who is
His ass a taker. He taking butt. Ooh wee.
a little naive. And then after they would come out with their story, he would then proceed to intimidate them. And what makes this even worse, and why I call it an underground Epstein Island type of cover-up, is because you had notable figures within the fashion and music space like Virgil Abloh and ASAP Rocky running defense for this guy. And that's the man that Bruce was sitting up on camera glazing. So I just can't take this whole jaded supervillain persona that he got going on, because my nigga,
I was around for those allegations. Like I said, this nigga been raping bitches. What the fuck is we talking about?
you're friends with the underground Jeffrey Epstein. And now I'm gonna show you guys Bruce.
See, this nigga young. He just now figuring this shit out. This nigga been raping bitches, bro. What that nigga say? What 50 Cent say? Your pops did that shit, bro. He did that shit.
His first
I know your dad. He did that shit.
response to Silky before they hopped into a Discord call, and he just has like the biggest Freudian slip ever.
He calls out Bruce for being a hypocrite when it comes to Max. All right, let me hear.
One of your main mans is Ian Connor.
One of my main mans. Okay, now this is question. Everything else I agree with before. Besides that, you don't even know who my main mans is, Jerry. Y'all don't know anything about me, gang, and that's what just be mind-boggling, y'all. Yo, that's your main mans. Yo, you be around that nigga every day. Yo, how do y'all try to make the assumption of a nigga that I be around every day when y'all don't even see me every day? You live in LA. I'm in ATL. I don't gotta sell my butt. I don't gotta sell my soul.
This clip is a little cut up, but just know that prior to
Nigga saying I gotta sell my butt. I ain't gotta sell my soul.
Silky name dropping Ian Connor, Bruce was kind of trolling about
Yeah,
the things that he was
man.
saying. He was denying the
He
homoerotic
said niggas
politics
selling
that he
booty.
was embroiled in. But when Silky name dropped Ian Connor, that's when Bruce shifted the entire conversation about how people don't know him and how he didn't sell out because he's not in LA. I also want to mention that Bruce kind of minimizes everything that he said to just a Twitter page clip, and that Silky got baited. And I don't feel like showing it because he just cusses too much. I don't feel like censoring all of that cussing. But the main takeaways is that Bruce definitely was dick riding. I'm not gonna lie. But the only reason Bruce was willing to agree on everything else that Silky said before
a
and was
meat
to concede to
rider.
what Silky was saying was because Silky name
This
dropped the
nigga's a
fact
meat
that he is
rider.
friends with Ian Connor, which I think says a lot in and of itself. And I just want to get this out the way. All of these guys are questionable, because how are you even letting someone that's your mans, that's your friend, be friends with a guy who has that many allegations?
That's facts.
But part of why I don't defend Bruce anymore is because it's pretty obvious all these streamer dudes are fake and at least a little bit motivated by money, Bruce included. It's fork found in the kitchen, they don't have morals, so I won't harp on it too much. Okay, now for the final part of this video, let's talk about Bruce just exposing himself, as in the Freudian slip, as in the fact that this guy just desperately needs to book a therapist appointment and he needs to go and heal.
I wouldn't even do that, bro.
Is it actually a fire idea or no?
Bro, me, you, Rage, Max, we go niggas in Paris.
Nah, you remember when that idea was first introduced to us, and what happened? Nothing. Yo, bro,
You didn't say no, you was with it.
I was with it.
You was with it. You was with it.
Y'all
And then I
be-
told
y'all be
you,
saying-
Bruce,
y'all
see you
be
nigga, I'll bring you out your neck. You said
I
I
see how
bet big, I'm
do
gonna stay
shit. I
home.
see how niggas do. Niggas be wanting industrialized ass link ups, gang. It ain't nothing for a nigga to come take a flight for a day and chill with a nigga he really wanted to, bro. Just dead getting money, gang.
Okay, be honest. Is that why you mad at Rage? Be honest. Don't throw the Frank at me though.
Let me be clear, bro. I can understand why a dude wouldn't want his homies to only hit him up when it's some content stuff. But when you're a bipolar demon who be flip-flopping personalities like he the Green Goblin, why would niggas want to chill with you on some cool stuff? And objectively speaking, Bruce is a good entertainer. That's why he's built up his brand. That's why he's maintained this success that he has. But there's two sides to every story. While Bruce can talk about how we got slimed out and he can talk about how fake everyone is, people have consistently talked about the way this guy's personality changes and how he treats people. But I'm not gonna overanalyze the
That's
first
that
couple
Atlanta
seconds
shit,
of
bro.
this, so let's continue.
No. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about like
That's that Atlanta shit, bro.
genuinely speaking, like from my perspective, I just want you to like see how this like could make a feel towards you. And I'm not advocating for this at all. I didn't speak to you about this at all. I swear, I dead ass. Rage has nothing to do with this at all. He probably does not even want me like even saying shit this, like, because he doesn't give a fuck, right?
I mean, clearly he
genuinely,
does somewhat
you're-
give a fuck if you're saying it because y'all talk about it. Like, I know. It's just
No, I swear he does not give a fuck. I
Damn.
promise you. Like,
Bro,
I would tell you if this felt away. You're my man. I would tell you if it
Bro,
felt away.
Silky, you're not gonna tell me because I'm live, gang. I know the real. That's what I'm saying. You and I know the
Nigga, I'm
real.
gonna say it on the live. I'm not one of these fabrications.
Why are we acting like it's gonna say my name when I'm not around?
And I think this is when the first Freudian slip happens, because Bruce is under the impression that he's just constantly brought up behind closed doors and he's just constantly taking up space in the minds of these other streamers. But the Freudian slip is the fact that they're taking up space in his mind rent free. And I'm not trying to just psychoanalyze this guy because I'm not a psychoanalyst, I'm not a therapist, I'm not any of that. I'm just a teenager who happened to build a platform himself. But what I see is a dude who looks like he's going through it with his ex. Bruce is still thinking about Rage, he's still thinking about the boys, and he's thinking about the fact that they don't have the best relationship. Silky flat out tells him Rage does not care. He didn't put him up to this. And y'all didn't see it in the clip because I didn't show y'all, but Bruce says that Silky is his friend. And if Silky is his friend, it's not hard to believe that Silky as his friend would talk to him and say, bro, you're going out bad, chill out. Because that's ultimately what this conversation comes across as to me. You got Bruce yelling in the mic, making the bold claim that niggas are talking about him in their free time. And Silky just combats this by
I need to tell you about Norton VPN and how it keeps me and my family safer online. By using Norton VPN, well,
Bruce yelling in the mic, making the bold claim that niggas are talking about him in their free time. And Silky just combats this by saying he doesn't really care. And that's what I mean when I say this guy truly needs to heal, because he's under the impression that people who don't care are just talking about him.
Like, I've never been mad. I don't have no reason to be mad, bro. Like,
Bro,
that shit-
that's just your ego for you to say like niggas
No,
is just gonna
bro,
bring up your
gang.
name to bring up your name, bro.
It's
What
true.
do you mean, bro? Like,
It's
bro,
literal
I genuinely,
proof, gang.
I genuinely.
Silky, I took 9 months away and I was still coming up, bro. What are you talking about? It's literal proof. I am live. I will
do you
end
not
this
give a fuck?
stream right now.
You
We
don't-
can have a combo right now, gang. I will end right now. I don't give a fuck about none of this.
Wait, don't make me the reason why you
But,
end, because
no,
Dio's not
I'm
about to come for
telling
me
you-
to say.
We can really talk about it if you really want to
can
talk
really chop
about
it up.
gang. That's what I'm saying.
We could really.
Now I want to end it off on this because I think Silky makes a very good, astute observation, and it's the fact that Bruce has a little bit of an ego problem. Or maybe not an ego problem, maybe it's just the fact that Bruce just can't take accountability. Maybe he's not comfortable within himself or comfortable with how things played out. Evidently, the situation means a lot to him, which is why he keeps getting heated within the conversation. I'm not trying to diagnose someone, I know I keep saying he's bipolar, but the way he kind of flip-flops between being calm and being chill to yelling and getting out of body, it's just kind of weird to me. I don't know. I just think ultimately, if he feels so jaded by these people, if he feels so hurt, he should get off stream for a bit, call them on his phone, and just have a sit-down conversation, like on some real stuff. This guy is
Wait, you're expecting an internet nigga to not do internet shit? That just won't work. But everything he's saying makes sense. Shout out, my boy right there. Y'all see that name? Go show that love. Folks not bapping, bro. Like, all you gotta do is just say fuck everybody. You gotta be a narcissist a little bit. Worry about yourself. That's all I gotta say. See you in a couple seconds, not a couple minutes. Love y'all.